So if I were to sit down and explain in detail how I'm feeling about this pre-transplant process, this is what my answer would be. Alright, well, welcome to episode 8, and in this episode I will explain how I am feeling throughout this pre-transplant process. You can do this. So this video is inspired by one of the most commonly asked questions I keep getting, and that's, how am I feeling? If I were to sit down and explain in detail what my life looks like lately as I get closer and closer to my bone marrow transplant, this is what my answer would look like. So to simplify my answer to that question would be, it's so strange to have my life be so good, yet so bad at the same time. It's really strange because even though I'm going through everything with like that you've seen, and especially the stuff that you haven't, life is honestly so good. It's so hard to complain. I've been meeting so many great people. I've been doing so many great things. I've gotten so many things that I've been putting off done, and it's so crazy to have such a great life right now. It's pretty crazy because when I was going into this diagnosis from my phone call with the doctor, my real estate business was doing so good and life was amazing. Then everything kind of flipped, but then somehow, even though it flipped because of the transplant the relapse diagnosis, I'm still doing really good. I still enjoy and find so much value in my work and my social life and my lifestyle. I've grown so happy with my things and everyone around me that it's weird. I'm at this like euphoric state of happiness. I have everything I need to find my own success and find my own happiness. People are asking me like, what do you want? Like, how can I help? What's going on? And it's like, dude or girl, I have everything I want and need right now. I mean, of course, I can always take more sneakers and Legos, but I don't need any of that. I have everything, especially with Lemon. She's got me everything that I need. She got me a brand new gaming PC to entertain myself throughout this. I have a new editing laptop. I have everything materialistically wise that I really enjoy. I'm so happy with all my clothes. I don't know what else I could really do to fix my happiness. It's weird. Like, I'm in this really high, like I said, euphoric of just good in my life that it's just strange. But then the super conflicting part is at the same time, I'm at probably one of like the lowest lows I've ever been at. It's so weird because obviously with the whole cancer coming back, how do you not be just beaten to shit, right? It's so hard because having everything come back and having to restart everything, getting chemo, getting the procedures, having to go into this life-changing, life-altering, for like DNA-changing, literally, event is just sucky. Sucky, I sound like a 5-year-old. Oh, like mentally, the bad just puts you in a spot that it's just so frustrating, especially knowing like, oh, I had to do all this. I was diagnosed, it feels like forever ago, and the transplant still seems like forever away, and I'm stuck in this middle area that I'm just like, God damn it, like, can we make something happen that's not just chemo, that's like fixes the problem, you know, not just temporarily, you know, gives me a Band-Aid like when I need surgery. It's driving me crazy mentally that I can't just fix the problem and I have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And that waiting is just so bad because it puts me at such a low, like, I'm not doing something. Like, I've been depressed before. I definitely have. This isn't it. Like, I really have, especially, like, a portion of my first journey. It was really tough. But this isn't the same thing. It's very different in its own way because I've never been so happy before, but then so I don't know, it just sucks, pissed off and frustrated that I can't do anything and I have to keep waiting. And it's so weird to be at such a high and such a low at the same time. So I didn't really start feeling like this until around probably 4 weeks. I did 2 chemo cycles where it just felt like nothing is getting done, yet I know the future is coming and what's going to be there, but I can't do anything now to have fun. I can't do anything now to progress my work and career. I just kind of have to sit here like a nothing and just wait for this devastating future event to happen. And it sucks. And I've been in this, like the title says, like literally living in the gray. Like I can't see the colors of everything. I feel like my life is this old TV show where the whole screen is in black and white. I just don't understand it. I feel like when I was depressed, I didn't find joy in anything, right? That's how I knew. Like even the things I loved the most, designing houses or basketball or working out, hanging out with friends, I didn't find joy in the things I loved. But right now I do. Like I still find joy, seeing sneaker drops. I still find joy hanging out with my girlfriend. I still find joy, doing what I can, but it's all gray. Like I can't see the color of my shelf right there. I see these shoes in different shades of gray. Every time I walk outside, the sky isn't blue, it's gray. It's almost like being at such a high and such a low has muddled the colors of everything. Like for the past month or two, everything from wake up to going to bed it's just gray, like different shades of gray. It's gotten to a point where like it's leading me. I can feel it being a catalyst for something worse, like depression, like look at my hair. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Like I've needed a haircut for how long, but I put it off because, I'm gonna lose it anyways. Like I'm making so many excuses for just dumb things. And it's causing the low to get lower, but then at the same time, my high is still getting higher and I don't understand, but it still just sucks the color out of everything. All I want is to just kind of like do the transplant. Like I'm so sick and tired of waiting, just prolonging the inevitable of this shitty future I know is coming. Like if you saw one of my earlier videos, you would know I said I'm a very have to be doing something person. I'm addicted to progress. So just being stuck in this middle ground of not progressing myself and not progressing my disease and treatment is just sucky. It's like paralyzed my vision, or I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's so strange. It's like I'm paralyzed by the future of not being able to deal with the now, but the now I still find so enjoyable. With all the different things that I do, I just don't understand. And maybe it's just the joy I find literally making this content is the one thing saving me from going crazy. But so yeah, I would say I'm feeling a bit off, but it's strange because how do you explain this to someone where you're so good yet so bad at the same time? But with all the doom and gloom, I don't want you to get me wrong. I still am enjoying and loving life. It's not everything is in gray, right? There are moments and glimpses where I can see color and like light of things. It's very, very weird. Like a good example right now is, I don't know why, but like my dogs, they still look brown and black in their colors where everything else is gray around them. The table, the couch, the floor, the walls, everything. It's kind of like if you were watching that old TV show, but the only thing in color was my dogs, if that makes sense. And it's like that with a lot of smaller things too throughout my day. Like when I'm out on a walk with my dogs, like a random bird I'll see in the tree is blue or red, or pigeons don't count because they're fucking gray and you can't tell.
How dare you? How dare you?
But like random things like that just pop up and I'm like, why do these have color and everything else is still so gray? It doesn't make sense to me. Like lately, it just seems like this cancer relapse has sucked the color out of life. I never would have guessed. So I'm going to try to connect kind of what I've been doing to understand this situation of how I'm feeling with something that makes sense to me. So in real estate, right? I'm gonna back up a little. The real estate market is like a pendulum, right? So we'll go boom, right? It swings back and forth. There's a big pendulum, like it's a ball on a string. In the middle here is a normal market. It's normal. If it swings this way, right? Let's say it swings this way, it's a buyer's market. Swings back, it's in the normal, but then it swings on this side, it's a seller's market. And it doesn't matter when or whenever, it will never stay just a seller's market. It will at some point swing back down to a normal market or a buyer's market. And throughout your life, it will swing back and forth time and time and time again. It may take years, it may take months. It probably won't happen overnight, but it swings back and forth. Now let's say we're going to switch the buyer's market with lows and the seller's market with highs. It's almost like the same thing, because when you swing back and forth, going through your timeline of life, you can get up here at really, really low, shitty points of your life. But you have to understand that at some point it will swing back to normal everyday life. It will go back to, I'm not super sad, I'm not super happy, but I'm here, I'm happy, I'm good, But then eventually it will swing back this way into super high highs. You'll be so happy and like nothing else matters but right then and there. And it swings back. It's like a pendulum of life, not even real estate. That makes sense. But I think what's happening is I have like two pendulums and they're so high that they're like counterbalancing out in a weird way for me. So I just need to understand in this moment, kind of what I've just explained, is no matter which way the pendulum swings, it doesn't matter how low life gets sometimes or how high this pendulum gets on the low side, it will swing back the other way. And the reason I think the whole life pendulum or real estate pendulum swings back and forth is because that's life. That's life. You're going to experience really great or really low lows, and you're going to experience really high highs, and just understand that that's what life is. It's not, you can't just go straight down the middle forever. That's not how it works. Who wants to live a boring life where I'm never super happy and have great times and I'm never pissed off or super sad where I hate my life? That's like almost like when you get your pulse and you can see it. Nobody wants to flatline. That's dead. That's dumb. Then if you're just sitting here, that doesn't make any sense. So if you're experiencing these back and forth super highs and super lows, that's life. Live in the moment and appreciate them. Know that when the bads are super bad, they're gonna get better. Also understand to enjoy the moment of the highs as best as you possibly can, because at some point it will swing the other way, right? And that's life. It's just weird as fuck that I got two of them right now. I hope that analogy helps someone or even made sense for the question, how am I feeling? I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, as it was pretty challenging for me to record, but we got through it, and honestly, I think it might be one of my best ones. As always, the best way to support me through this journey is by hitting that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And to those who have, I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're having a hard time and you're kind of where I'm at in this middle area, know at some point it will swing the other way. Keep being the best version of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.